This is the latest release by the Cartier family, and this is my reaction to their video.
No. No.
Okay, first of all, my friends, I'm going to type something.
No. No.
Oops. Cooking. That word right there is not a word. I'm a writer, I have to say it.
No.
Nova gang, man.
Nova.
Hey you. Some Nova. Hey you.
Hey, you. Hey, look though. I'm assuming this song is about Nova. So we finna get this in, y'all. Y'all requested this. At first, when we started reacting to song, we didn't know we was gonna be no fans. So we going deep into them now. That's crazy.
Yeah, that shit. We came a long way.
We started from one time reaction, and now we reacting to this girl, Nova Rockafeller, man. Hey, she be doing a video, so I ain't never heard her rap on a song by herself.
Me either.
So we finna see, man.
Let's go.
Let's go and see what Nova got, gang.
She was faded and lost, she became the bitch. I was born in the blood with the name on my lips. She meant what?
You see how she caught our attention?
I can tell this is gonna be about herself.
She like Tom. She's aggressive.
Yeah, so this is gonna be about herself. Alright, let's go and get it. Let's get it.
Took the knife and a man, she cut through her wrist. Everything hurt, didn't want to exist. She was faded and lost, she became the bitch. I was born in the blood with the name on my lips. She meant what all of you want from me? Y'all don't even know Nova Lee. I'm back for everything they stole from me. Stop telling me who I'm supposed to be. Nova, they want stack Nova, they want all the smoke until I rap Nova, they want cute Nova, they want bad Nova, they want all the things they can't have Nova. I'm a new Nova.
I'm just going to say the placement of Notre Dame, what it's written on his shirt, just above Nova is perfect, because Notre Dame, for people who don't know French, means Our Lady, or Our Lady of Peace, like but Notre Dame is, it's it's like saying Nova is Our Lady, and the placement of it, I don't even know if it was intentional, but it's perfect.
I'm a rich Nova, I'm a start a fire key, a win Nova, I'm the same Nova, I'm insane Nova, you won't ever change Nova, I'm a great digger, I'm a flamethrower, I'm a pretty with no makeover, I'm a diamond chain around a violent brain, trying to hide the pain before it's
Hey, Nova.
Alright, this 30 seconds.
You know, there's a saying. I'm probably not gonna say it exactly, but they say you walk through a kingdom as the king, or you walk through it like you don't give a who the king is. That's what this song get me.
No, but this sound like she don't get
She wow.
I really like that saying. I've never heard it said that way, but I really like it. It's
Yeah, like
I like this.
Yeah.
It's that rock star Nova.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get it, man. How you feel about Nova on this, bro?
It's like she give me rock star hip hop vibe.
Let's
Sound
get
like she
it,
like
all
Tom.
right.
She got like a
Yeah, Tom.
She got me turned up, man. It's smoke right here.
It ain't safe, y'all ain't built for how I'm made. I'm constructed from destruction, you can't build me.
okay. Now he's bringing up the heart, and I noticed the number 42 just below Notre Dame. And if anybody knows anything about numbers, just type in 42 and maybe add to it, why is this number so interesting? And you'll see what will come up.
Yeah, Nova saying they don't want her to grow, man. They was in love with who she was, but they don't want to see her up and on.
Anybody not
Hey,
with
Nova.
you when you grow. That's why she's
Do something.
She just like Tom.
Do something then, Nova. We want to see something.
She said I stole it from somebody I killed.
I was too busy.
I was the only one that heard.
Nah, when I heard it, I was just like, nah, she didn't just say
I ain't
that.
gonna
But
lie,
when
y'all,
you said she said what, I caught it.
I didn't hear it.
Hey you, do you like my smile? I got it from the blood that I spilled.
She said what?
Hey,
Nah,
bro.
she said something before that.
Nah, she said something before that, but this whole song took a turn.
Hold on, man. She said something before it did right here, and this was from the
Yeah,
start.
but all right, I think so. Hold up, play.
Do you like my
Yeah,
style?
okay, yeah, keep playing, keep playing.
From somebody I killed. Hey you,
Oh, nice.
do you like my smile? I got it from the blood that I spilled.
Oh, you joking.
Y'all see that video? What's his name? That football player who killed his wife.
What?
What's the football player?
Why is it?
The celebrity who killed his wife. What's his name?
O.J. Simpson?
Yeah, OJ. They got a video. OJ Joseph. He.
Yeah, they did.
That's bad.
Joseph, bro.
What made you think about this?
No, I know what he's talking about. That's what's crazy, bro.
Cause I thought that shit was so funny.
Let's get it in, though. Let's get it in. Let's get it in.
Do you like my smile? I got it from the blood that I spilled.
Hold on. What
She
did
got
she
it
say?
from the blood I spilled.
I got it from the blood that I spilled. I was a young Nova, real dumb Nova. Pull up at your house with a gun Nova. Now I'm grown Nova, but I home Nova. Planting money trees, watch me grow Nova. With a cold shoulder, gotta know Nova. Whole squad, I'm a lone soldier. Now
So Nova come from nothing.
Over on that bitch.
She rap harder than Tom. Like I mean harder, like
Let
more
me,
aggressive.
let me just from Tom's own words in his one of his recent interviews. Nova grew up in a extremely rough world. Extremely rough. And she, like Tom and myself and many others, was naive. So when you're naive to what's out there, in a sense, in a way, sometimes that protects you, but in a way, it also opens the door to predators. And if you got if there's nasty people around, if they can see an advantage to take advantage, they will. And people like me when I was younger, people like Nova when she was younger, and then Tom when he was younger. Shit happened, and I think we've all learned from it. And they're bringing it forth into music. I brought it forth into my books, and that's the best way to deal with shit. Is to, well, like I always said, I feel like my books are like me making lemonade out of a life of lemons. You know what I mean? I mean, I did the best. I made the best of what I had. And I can move on from this, and even when I pass, they will live on beyond me. So there's something about art and craft and beauty. When you create it, it doesn't have to be music or writing. It could be painting. It could be craftsmanship, like whittling or architecture, anything. Just art in itself that you created, that you were inspired and you brought forth into this world. It stays. You move on to whatever after life, but what you leave behind stays. So if you haven't left anything behind, well, that's it, I guess, eh? But when you leave something behind that is of worth and value, it will stand the test of time. Look at the things, the oldest things in the world. It's art, music, and back to cave paintings. I mean, this is what we've passed on, since the beginning of time. But it's the only thing that stands the test of time is art.
Like, not
Nah,
like
I ain't
better,
right,
but like,
yeah,
she talking about killing, stabbing.
I feel her
Wow.
aggression on this, bro. She is wildin'.
Like, she more wild than Tom, for sure.
Wild, Tom be
That's what
hot.
I'm gonna say.
Tom be hot at the world.
She be hot. She just be hot.
Hold on though, but look, I see
like
her message though. I see her message though. She talk about.
She talking about F you. I'm dead.
She's talking about her old self, bro. She coming to the shut. No, but once you pulling up somebody's house with the gun, no, you wasn't doing that.
Smooth criminal.
Hold on.
Oh, my friend.
What you mean, Nova?
She stole her style from somebody she killed. Is she talking about how she rap? Is she talking about how she...
Oh, she stole her style from somebody she...
I'm just going to impart what I heard Tom say in a previous interview. When Nova was younger, she saw her father jump out of the car in the middle of, I guess, Kingston, Jamaica. I don't know if it was Kingston downtown or a suburb or somewhere else on the island. But from the way he was telling the story, it sounded like a big city scene. Her father jumped out of the car with a machete to attack another person. This is the things she grew up with. This is just one story. There surely are thousands of them.
She might be talking about herself because she killed the old self.
She stole her
so
style.
she still got parts of her,
so
like
she
her style.
You know what I'm saying? She's putting her anger into her.
So she a new person. Because that's why she said something about, cutting, herself in the beginning. She.
I know. It's a new self.
You'd be amazed how many women do that, and men, but mostly women, where they stick their finger in their mouth and hurl. I think self-abuse is there's so many forms of it. I mean, if you're a heavy drinker, you're abusing yourself, are you not? If you're always, if you're, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm completely lost track.
I like it.
Okay, what you just did there with the knife, that just evoked a story that I know all too well. When I was up in the Yukon, there was this man, older man, he was in his 60s, late 60s, and he worked on this ranch, and it was a ranch, a kitty corner to another ranch that I worked at. So one summer I went up to that ranch, and they kind of knew me. The woman that owned that ranch kind of knew me from her mother's ranch, which was down the road, which I worked at. This man was working on her ranch and had been on the ranch for like 20 years, just helping out, but just, laying low there. But nobody knew per se where he came from or how he got there or whatnot, but that's where he ended up. Now, when he drank, he would tell his story, and his story was always the same. When I arrived there, I wound up, in his cabin with two other ranch hands. We were all drinking, and he tells us, his truth, that he escaped prison, Honolulu. I think it was in Honolulu, somewhere in Hawaii. I would imagine Honolulu is where the maximum state penitentiary is. And found his way to Alaska and then into the Yukon. He was in prison for killing his wife with a screwdriver. I think it was 16 times he stabbed her to death. So here he is now in the Yukon on the lam, and has been for years, you know what I mean? So the first night I'm there, I'm hearing these stories, you know what I mean, from him. So as the night progresses, we hear that story. Then as the night progresses, he takes out, he's got like a hole in the floor, opens it up and starts pulling out like a Luger, a Glock, and a couple of rifles, and puts them on the table. We're all wasted out of our minds, you know. And out of the blue, he grabs the, I believe it was the Luger, and points it at one of the ranch hand's head, like right to his head, like the forehead, and then pulls back and you know, pretends it was a joke. And I'm on the he's sitting, the fellow's on across the stool, or not the stool, but the sort of like a, you know, Johnson and Johnson bench and bench situation going on, and I'm looking across, and he's over here, the old guy with the gun pointing at this guy, and I'm seeing this. He pulls his back because he sees me look at him with, you know, the look of concern, you know, like what the fuck. So he pulls back the gun, and I go to him. I said, you know, that's going to come back to you and haunt you. You know, this is, you cannot do something like that. You know, I would never forgive somebody if they did that to me. But anyways, he did that to this ranch hand. The ranch hand was in denial that it even happened because it scared the crap out of him. You know what I mean? And so, anyways, the night progresses and we all, you know, go our separate. I mean, we went outside and we started, you know, firing into trees and everything. It was, I'm telling you don't want to hang out with drunk people with guns and rifles. It's a mess. Anyways, we wake up in the morning and I remember what happened, you know, and the more I think about it, the more, you know, I'm concerned about it. And so I mentioned it to the lady who owns the ranch. And I say, you know, what's his name there? Pulled a gun and pointed it at your ranch hand last night. So she confronts him, and I don't know if he denied it or what. I wasn't there when she did that. But he you know, gets wind that I'm the one that spilled the beans, and I'm staying on the ranch as a helper. Like I'm going to do some guiding. I'm going to, you know, take people by horseback through the mountains. You know, like hour, 3 hours, or overnight type of three nights. You know, that type of mountain hiking by horse or horseback. So so the days pass, and this old guy sees me as the devil now. You know, he's the ranch hand never admits, or, you know, actually realizes, or not admits, but never accepts the fact of what happened. Just, I find out later, it was just to keep in good stand with the old guy. So this other ranch hand goes up to the old guy's house, and I'm with the other ranch hand, and we're just, you know, hanging out on the, or I'm saddling up a horse or whatever it was. The ranch hand that was up visiting the old guy comes back down afterwards and tells me, Tim, he had his sights on me the whole time, leaning. He had his rifle on me the whole time while I was standing, walking around the corral there, the whole time, and it was shaking like this, and he saw it. So he's doing this every night then. Every time I step out onto the ranch or walk around or saddle up a horse or whatever, you know, get my meal or whatever the case, he's up there in his cabin that actually overlooks the lower part of the ranch where her house is, and the corral is where all the horses are and all that kind of stuff. So this is going on day after day, but I'm so I don't know what the word is. I'm so even though he tells me that, I get so angered by the fact that you know, somebody's threatening me, that I get defiant. You know, so I carry on. You know, and then he starts leaving bullets along the trails where I'm taking people up up the hills into the mountains. He's saying, in a way, he's leaving marks where he says, I could have had you there, I could have had you there. Next thing I know, he's down in town, spilling the beans to his friends at the local bar with his hit list, and I'm at the top of it. So this is all going on. He's gearing up for the kill. And I'm, I don't know what happened after that. I think I had to leave for other reasons. So the day comes when I have to leave, and this has been building and building up for about, I guess, a month and a half, or 2 months, month and a half. I had to leave for other reasons. I had to actually go to court for another situation that I was involved in. So, anyways, the day I leave, he didn't know I was leaving that day. I didn't know I was leaving that day. I knew, but I didn't tell anybody that I had to go to court. It was just my business. So I left and I went to court, and I knew after that I would have to, other decisions would have to be made. So I knew I wouldn't be able to come back to the ranch. And I had a good month and a half there of riding like the wind up in the mountains. I love horseback riding. So the day I leave, when he finds out, he's literally hunting for me the day I leave. And he finds out that I'm gone. He takes his gun. This is what I heard. This is how they found him. He kills himself. I remember hearing about it, and I can remember one of my friends hearing about it from the ranch hand who was there, who found, the ranch hand who had the gun pulled on him, who found the old guy dead with the whatever. But I mean, the RCMP came in. They had helicopters over the place, and this is, I only hear about it after the fact. I didn't know he had done it that day. I don't hear it after that, but I heard about from a good friend of mine who was friends with the ranch hand who had, 2 years later or whatever, had become a pilot or something, or a helicopter pilot or something like that, and had his own business in Alberta. But he had been friends with another friend of mine, and he had told him about me, but he didn't know that Johnny was my friend. So he was telling him about, what happened that summer, and then Johnny, I can remember I was sitting on Main Street in Whitehorse, Yukon, and Johnny walks by, and I hadn't seen him in a year or something like that. I don't know what happened or where we were apart, or he had gone with his woman or what. I don't know what. Anyways, we ran into each other on Main Street, and he told me what the ranch hand had told him, about what, and I can remember John looking at me with so much respect. But the thing was, it wasn't anything I did there wasn't brave. It was just, some of it was just I don't know if it was stupidity or just do you know when you're in your gut, you're right, and if you really want to, you can, like, I'm a righteous man. I'm not a religious man, but I'm a righteous man. And when you just can't let it go, and you're willing to take a beating for it, that's the state I get in when I'm in the right. So I don't know what that is, what you would call that, but that's what overcame me. And had I not stood my ground, would the end result been that? I don't know. But that's what happened. Anyways, that's what this reminded me of.
Hold on. You say the world won't catch you when you fall? Yeah. I
Real.
know.
Raw.
I know.
Raw material.
I know. We can't do no more, no. We can't do no more.
Violent. Real violent.
This was our first Nova song.
How you felt about the Litage?
I know Nova trying to ride it behind anything.
Yeah, we found that out about Nova.
Nova, I hope you don't kick in Tom like window.
Yeah, don't kick though. We got a rule about kick though.
Yeah, we got a new rule about kick though. Kick though, you gotta go.
I never thought I'd see Tom music is like soft.
Hey,
That's how
hey,
it
do we
works.
just got some Nova fans that's not Tom fans? Let us know in the comments. Or do you have to rock with both of them? Or do some of y'all just choose one of them?
Oh yeah, y'all let us know who y'all like more. Kind of curious.
But both of them hard for sure.
That's
Y'all
what
let
I
us
wanna
know. This was hard though. I'm gonna give her Nova a good grade on this. I don't know what I'm gonna give her yet though. I don't know. Man.
We gotta hear Mo.
Yeah,
We gotta hear Mo.
We gotta get into some more, man. We is gonna get into some more. So
For sure.
y'all leave that subscribe button if y'all like Nova. Drop some more artists in they song, man. We gonna get them in. Let's go ahead and get them. That's the team. Let's go.
Another enjoyable viewing, but they're missing two of their friends. The more the merrier, I find.